All right, welcome into Bramlage Coliseum. Matt Hall, Grant Flanders here with you from K-StateOnline.
18.
Yeah, that's right, 37-21. The first half score, Wildcats on top right now. Obviously, the biggest presence on the floor so far for the K-State Wildcats, Dean Wade. 15 points, 6 of 7 from the floor, the most consistent. What do you have to say about his play so far?
I mean, yeah, you can't ask for much more than you got from Dean Wade so far. Like you said, 15 points, 9 boards already in the first half, too. He's been inside, outside. He's hit a three. He's had a putback. He's had a dunk. Just really, really active is what fans ask for out of him, and that's what's happened tonight. And, of course, it's a smaller team he's playing against, but this is what you still want, is for him to be aggressive when he should be, and tonight he's been just that.
Yeah, he's also looked good on the defensive end, too. We had an early block early in the game, and something that we saw a lot in Fort Hays State. See if he can continue that in the second half. Move on to Xavier Sneed, a guy that played very well against Fort Hays State, was probably the better player on the floor. He's still having a solid game. You see his confidence is way up there still. Yep. What have you seen from him so far?
No, he's played well. I think he's 2 for 4. He's hit 2 threes in a little stretch there, has 5 boards. He's been very active. All of K-State's team defensively has been very active. We'll get to that, I'm sure. But Sneed got hot there for a stretch, and he's going to be a hard team for a group like this to handle, too, because of his combination against a team like Emporia, at least, of size and athleticism and shooting. So he's had a great first half, too, for K-State.
Yeah, let's just get right to the defensive end, where they've been really great when it comes to stopping the drives to the bucket. Of course, this is a very small team. Again, the tallest player on the floor, Emporia State, 6'8". They put a center out there that's 6'5", 250 pounds. He's held his own, but as far as things go, defensively, they really struggled putting up layups.
No, yeah. I mean, I think they're 5 of 22 from the floor right now. They didn't score, I think, until there's 11 minutes left in the first half, at least score a field goal. K-State's been really good on the defensive end. Again, the same thing. It's a small team, no doubt about it. But all you can do is play who's in front of you. When you're holding a team to 22% shooting, you're playing well. And they've been active in the passing lanes. Barry Brown, Cam Stokes, Xavier Sneed. Nothing has been easy for Emporia so far. And again, it's an overmatched team. We'll keep saying it. But when you hold a team to 21 points in the first half, 22% shooting, you're playing well on that end of the floor.
Let's talk about the struggles for Barry Brown again. He struggled in the first half against Fort Hays. Struggling again here really with his shot. Not a lot of bricks. What do you say he has to turn around to get things going? Yeah,
only 2 of 7, so not shooting it very well. You know, you hope people in the crowd ask him to pass more, and I don't know. I think when you're getting good looks, you have to keep taking them. He hasn't been on, so maybe you have to try to get to the basket, get to the foul line, get yourself going. But 2 of 7, I think he has 6 points. He's got 3 boards, 2 assists, a couple of steals. So he's still been active. Barry Brown is good about staying active even when he's not scoring the basketball. But you're right. It is back-to-back games now where I think he struggled turning the ball over last game, and this game he struggled shooting so far. But it'd be unfair for you to say he's not playing well because he's doing other things other than just scoring the basketball.
Now we still haven't touched on Cam Stokes. He comes back, didn't play against Fort Hays. He's back for Emporia State. Solid outing so far from him, really getting that mid-range going. What have you seen from him on both sides of the floor?
Yeah, he's been fine. 6 points, 3 of 5 from the floor, three assists. I think 1 turnover. The guy he's guarding has not scored, so he's playing well on both ends of the floor. And you're right, a lot of mid-range game from him. K-State has taken a lot of threes tonight. They haven't made a lot of them, Cam and Barry included. But I think he's doing a lot of other things, kind of like Barry Brown, not scoring a bunch, but he's had a really nice floor game for this team and played well on this end of the floor. When I say this end, I'm in defense. They can't see what end we're on, but this end of the floor is the defensive end of the floor.
Before we get to the bigs, because we'll definitely get to that, let's talk about Cartier Jara's game. Really great getting to the bucket against Fort Hays, struggling now against Emporia State. What have you seen from that?
Yeah, he's got to the bucket today for sure, but he's not finishing. We've seen 2 times when he's gotten down there, been long on both his layup attempts. Probably just a little bit sped up. He played really well the first 2 games. Probably started to believe in himself a bit, which is great. Confidence is great, but you still, have to slow yourself down sometimes and get a good look at the hoop. And when he gets there, he just has to finish and not try to finish a lob, that Cam Stokes threw that I don't think Vince Carter could have finished back in his prime.
Muane, Shad, and Salah have all basically shared minutes in this first half. Have you seen anyone stand out from those 3?
You might notice I keep looking to my right. I'm cheating and I have stats here. But no, none of those guys really stood out. There was a time you turned to me and said, I think it was Salah. He's got to grab that rebound. That's what Weber needs from them on the floor, is to grab rebounds and have good minutes that way, and we haven't really seen that tonight. Not worth panicking yet, it's still early, and all 3 of them show a little bit as far as length and athleticism. But tonight, none of those guys have really stood out as being an answer at the 5 spot for K-State.
And if you are talking about rebounding and something that Bruce Weber's talked about a lot is Shad. That's one of the best part of his games. The one thing he's really got to get down is being able to be a presence on that offensive side of the floor. So we'll see if that can continue. And then we did see Levi Stockard get into the game near the waning minutes of the first half. We'll see if he gets some more minutes in the second.
Yeah, I think they'll look for those guys in the second half. They have a comfortable lead at 16. I'm not sure we said the score. It's 37-21. Good. A comfortable lead right now, so it'll be a great chance to get those guys more time out there, and I think we'll see more of that. I'd like to see more Ahmad Wainwright too. He had a nice little first half. And is probably getting more confidence. So yeah, the last exhibition, it starts for real next Friday. So this is their last chance to get those guys on the floor. And kind of a dress rehearsal.
You did remind me, though, we did see an awesome poster from Ahmad Wainwright. he posterized their 6'5" center, essentially, and that was one of the better parts of this first half so far. Brian Patrick, though, pretty much non-existent in that first half. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, probably the second game in the row. His first game against Missouri State, he had a nice game, I think 8 points in like 10 minutes. I don't know that he scored last week. I don't think he scored today. I'm going to cheat and look. But yeah, kind of quiet. Another guy you'd like to see get involved in the second half. And find a way to get him spotted up in the corner for a three, get his confidence going, because that's his value to this team is shooting the basketball.
And just back to Wainwright one more time. He also had a wide open three that we thought he could have shot. And then he shot a more contested one later on. So interesting there.
Yeah, same thing. We've seen him shoot the ball well in practice. We know he can. We keep saying confidence, but it's a confidence thing. He has to believe in that. He has a nice stroke. Just needs to see one go down, I think, to believe in himself. But yeah, that dunk, guy is 6'5", 250, and he posterized him. It wasn't a free lane to the basket. We've talked about his athleticism at 6'2", and he showed on that play for sure.
All around, anything that you want to see different in this second half from K-State? Maybe some different lineup changes. What do you have?
I'm going to dodge your question, I guess. I just want to see him continue to play good defense for sure. And I do think you'd like to see a big or two have a good second half. Maybe you take Dean off the floor for a while. He's played so well, you know what you're getting with Dean Wade tonight. Maybe you see what happens if you go with Salah and Wayne, something like that, or Shad. And it'd be interesting to see that change perhaps, but just good defense and a little more efficient offensively.
Yeah. So that's it from K-State Online. I'm Grant Flanders. This is Matt Hall.
Tell your friends.